I got my first paycheck as culinary profession when I was age 28. So 28 means a brand new beginning for me, and then at 28 I started a great career. So that's why I named my first restaurant 28, which means a brand new beginning, a bright future. Just like what I did when I was 28 years old. So for me, I always love food, I always love to eat, but growing up, I grew up in Beijing, China, so being a chef was never crossed my mind. My grandmother, she was director of Red Cross for China. Growing up to see her as my role model. Very strong career woman. She was in politics, and she also traveled around the world. She is the person that really opened my eye at such a young age to realize that there's a lot more just than China, Beijing. She brings a lot of souvenirs for everywhere around the world, and every time she comes back, she would bring me some food and she would tell me about their culture. But a lot of times, because I was such a young kid, so it's easier for her to explain the culture, the history through food. And that's how I learned about the world at a young age, but at the same time open my palate at a young age. And my first English word that I would learn when I was young at age 3 was spaghetti. So that sort of, you can see that everything all tying together. I just really passionate about food, and I think I explore the world through food. We don't have cheese in China, but my grandmother was bringing, I still remember the first time I tasted laughing cow. I know it sounds very silly, but she brought laughing cow back for me. I was like 2 or 3. I loved it so much. I call it stinky feet, but I still love to eat stinky feet. So every time my grandmother comes back, I would go, Grandma, did you bring me any stinky feet? Very glad that I met my business partner. Her name is Shirley Chung. We're like the sister that never knew existed until we met each other. She used to be in fashion design, so therefore she's a designer. When it comes to designing the room and then how to sort of section up the room, she has a lot of great vision. That's why, as you can see, 28 space. Everything can be opened up to be this really giant event space, but at the same time, all our door and windows and all the furniture is all removable. So you can also group them into the smaller section to create this more intimate, cozy dining experience. I work for a lot of really amazing chefs. I started off with Thomas Keller, and then I moved to Las Vegas to go open Bouchon for him. After Bouchon, I opened Guy Savoy, so that's all very traditional French. And then after Guy Savoy, I worked for Mauro Batali for almost 5 years, opened all 3 restaurants for him in Las Vegas. And after that, I joined Jose Andres' Think Food Group and opened Chino Poblano, which is nominated for James Beard Best New Restaurant back then. So that's actually where I learned from my Chinese cuisine. But before that, I'm classically French trained with all this amazing restaurant I work for. And I love Italian cuisine. And I also find Italian cuisine very close to Chinese culture and cuisine, so that's how I made the connection. But not until Chino Poblano I learned about my own cuisine. So when it comes to 28's cuisine, I really take all the inspiration from all my traveling, but also what I learned and what I experienced for the past 10 years of cooking for all these amazing chefs and create for them. So all this technique, all this knowledge, I take it into 28. But always remember, because I'm Chinese, this is what I live and breathe, the culture, the food. So all my cuisine, it can be French technique, it can be Spanish, Mexican, or Italian. But ultimately, when it comes to the spices and flavor and the feeling, I talk about feeling a lot when I come to cook. I cook with my feeling. You always feel that Chinese hominess and that little thing that sort of triggers my childhood memory that I grew up in China. So this is what 28's cuisine is all about. It's me, my experience, what I like to eat, and also what I grew up with. So we're in Orange County. I'm super blessed with amazing vendors. I have fishermen that's 15 minutes away from me. They can deliver live ocean fish, live, every day. I get my inspirations from a lot of things, and sometimes I have a feeling. Sometimes I think about something in childhood, or sometimes I see a crazy picture of this magical mushrooms, with vivid color, and I get inspired that I will create dish based on that feeling, or create dish based on a visual that I just saw. But most importantly, and most of the time, my inspiration always happens to walk through my kitchen door. What got delivered the day off, and then this is so fresh. I only have a little bit amount. Today I just got live gooey duck. I only have one, but it's amazing. So this is what's gonna be on my menu today. So yes, we have our regular menu that changes seasonally, but every day there's always a little surprise. So coming here, I have this thing, you always want to ask for what's the secret, because every day there's a different secret.